3. Baseball trick shots. Wait.
What Jackson has going against them is not primarily, in my view, is not primarily that he's black. I mean, there are some people who won't vote for somebody who's black, and that's that. That's a minority. And I think one of the changes, if people think I'm dumping on the United States, let me say that one of the nice changes that has taken place in the last 20 or 30 years is that, in fact, a person like Jesse Jackson can run for president of the United States and be taken seriously. Who would have thought of that 20 years ago, a black person running? I think the issue is not a racial issue. I think it's a class issue. Okay? I think if you had a conservative black person, somebody, say, like a Mayor Good of Philadelphia, running, I think the business community would put money into his campaign and would say, boy, it's time for a black president. The real issue is not whether you're black or white, whether you're a woman or a man. In my view, a woman could be elected president of the United States. The real issue is, whose side are you on? Are you on the side of workers and poor people, or are you on the side of big money and the corporations and working people?
You look at a wheel. Well, I guess they'd say the wheel is old-fashioned, but it's been around for a long time. The wall is the only way to do it. And technology, nobody knows more about technology than me.
Oh, God.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I want to say thank you to those who have subscribed and those who have not subscribed. Subscribe, man. Just hit that bell right there, and it will notify you when I upload a video. I want to say thank you to Adrian Marbel Delgado for subscribing. Thank you, guys. I just want to get off the bat as to why if my vote is going to go to Andrew Yang. I've thought about this hard, and it's very simple. The only way that the Democrats can beat, I used to be a Democrat before, but I'm now. I just vote for the best candidate there is. But the only way that the Democrats can beat Donald Trump is that they don't talk about Donald Trump. The reason that Rubio lost to Donald Trump is because when they did their debate, that's all Rubio talked about was Donald Trump. I could beat Donald Trump. I could do this, and he stopped focusing on what was supposed to be the main issues of the United States, of the people of the United States. And if you see Yang, he doesn't talk about Donald Trump because there are other more things. When I watch them debate, I'm tired of listening to, oh, I could do this about Donald Trump. I'm the one candidate that could beat Donald Trump. I'm the one candidate that can do this. We all know Donald Trump is the president. We all know that that's the man that we have to beat. So there's no need to say that you can't beat him. Let's just focus on what we can do. Focus on how are you going to make this country get better again? Or are you going to try to make this country better again? Or are you going to try to get these manufactured jobs that were lost? How the farmers are going to get their farms back? How all these things are going to that we lost, because a lot of people, the economy. Yeah, the economy is great, but that's because Donald Trump inherited what Barack Obama started. I didn't vote for Barack Obama, but I'm telling you the truth. So, Donald Trump, for all you Republicans, Donald Trump inherited the unemployment rate. Donald Trump inherited the economy going right, the economy going up. Because if you look at the trajectory, numbers don't lie. Barack Obama's unemployment rate was going down. The economy was rising. So you can't, it takes a Republican to mess that up, because I remember when Bill Clinton was president, he left this country on a surplus. And when Bush came in, he destroyed it, and he got us back into the debt. And we were in a surplus, guys, in a surplus. No president has ever put us in a surplus, but Bill Clinton. But anyways, so it's kind of hard for you to mess that up. And with a name like Donald Trump, you figured, the economy is going to go up, so the stock is going to be up. Well, this Donald Trump is a businessman. Donald Trump has failed in many businesses. He has gone bankrupt many times. He's not showing his income tax. He's not showing his tax returns because he knows that he didn't, just like Amazon, just like JetBlue and all those big corporations, hasn't paid federal taxes. So that'd be embarrassing for a sitting president, not paying the taxes, and you as an American are paying taxes. But anyways, the reason that I like Andrew Yang is because he is himself. You know, he knows about business. He knows what the American people want. He knows what the American people need. So he doesn't talk about Donald Trump. He barely talks about Donald Trump unless you ask him. You know, and that's what I want. Let Andrew Yang debate that with Donald Trump when the time comes. When it comes for those two to face off, let them face off. Let them talk to each other. Let them do whatever. Face off. Talk about this. Talk about that. Want backstab each other. Want to talk about this and that. Fine. But while you in his campaign trail, there's no need for you to talk about Donald Trump. Let's focus on what we have in hand, and that's what Andrew Yang is. That's what Andrew Yang is doing, and I'm going to vote for Andrew Yang, and that is my final decision. You know. Look at it from a perspective. You gotta think about it this way too. Everybody with this $1,000 dividend. Okay, this $1,000 dividend is just it's equally to what they give you in Alaska. But what's gonna happen here is that if you get $1,000 dividend, and if you get $1,000 a month, you for sure you're not gonna get food stamps. For sure you're not gonna get cash if your state has cash assistance. You know, like they do in New York. New York has food stamp once a month and cash assistance every 2 weeks. You know, so you're not gonna get that because you're not gonna get food stamp and you're not gonna get $1,000. That's not gonna happen because that economy wise, that doesn't work. But if you can give $1,000 to those who $1,000 a month and you can make with that, then that's fine. It comes to equipment, you have to pay for your food, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. But it's not something that we're all going to get $1,000 a month and blah blah. It comes from somewhere, and some programs may be cut and some programs may be gone. You know that's a decision that you guys have to make. But I'm not voting for him because of the $1,000. I'm voting because he doesn't talk about Trump. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to technology. He knows that technology that manufacturing job has gone to what? To robots. And who makes those robots? Japan. I mean China. We don't make them. You know. So we lost about 30,000 manufacturing jobs. Farmers have suffered. The Republicans don't tell you that. Fox News just, you know, taunting Bernie Sanders because they said that Warren Buffett. I mean, Warren said that on a debate on Tuesday or circulating that Bernie Sanders says that a woman cannot be president. And if you see in the video earlier on, you saw that he probably said a woman could be president. So that was back in 1988. What would make him change from 1988 to now? Because Bernie Sanders, from what I've seen, he's always been the same. I like Bernie Sanders. He is for the people. His idea for college for all, I'm not in favor of that. I prefer vocational school, like the mayor of Minnesota was saying. Vocation is more important because we do need more plumbers, we need more electricians. Those are the jobs that we're going to need because we're going to build houses, you're going to be building, you're going to be doing this. So that's a tool, that's a vocation that you have, you know. And if a person wants to become a chef or a person wants to become, anything like that's a vocation. So I'm more for that free vocation, and if the state wants to dive into, like in New York, you know, they give you financial aid. And if you study whatever, you don't have to pay for it. So I'm into that. But you know, and not every student, not every person is college bound. It's college material. But everybody has a gift, so you can take on that gift. You know, vocations wise, you cut hair, you like to do nails, whatever it is, you know, and help that person build a business. You know, if I was an electrician, I don't know about electricity, I would like to have my own business. I don't want to work for nobody. That's me. Everybody's different. You know, but Yang knows business. Yang knows what's good for the country. Yang knows that there are people out there who are suffering that some Democrats don't even say, and some Republicans won't even tell you. You know, but look at Yang and just look at him and you see his debates. He don't talk about Donald Trump because he's focused on bigger things. He's focused on how can we get this economy back? How can we get these people's job back? How can, you know, a lot of them. Especially if you look at all the videos, all the debates, they all say the same thing every 4 years: health, job, immigration, economy. That's all. That's every 4 years. But we forget There are homeless people out there in the world, I mean, in this country, that we don't talk about them. We don't talk about the VA, the vets. We don't talk about people with pre-existing conditions. We don't talk about what we're going to do to make, well, health-wise, they do talk about, you know, to make health, they do talk about making health affordable for everybody, but it's basically the same thing every year. Police brutality, we don't talk about that. You know, we in these debates, I basically haven't seen anything about drugs. Are we going to address that? You know, and I guess the drugs thing is that has to be addressed individually. You know, if you're a user or you're an alcoholic, you have to look within yourself and say, you know, I have a problem. And you have to come and accept that problem. I'm all for, to be honest with you, I'm all for having houses outside for people to shoot up. You know, and have a counselor there, because maybe that counselor can talk to someone and they say, yeah, you want to go to a program, or you want to do this, you want to do that. Person ODs, you know, but you have something, you have them in the streets. But that's why I'm voting for Yang. Just look at the guy. He knows what he's talking about. You know, and Trump thinks about, he knows everything. He knows no one knows everything. No one knows about technology more than me. No one knows more about business than me. No one knows about this more than me. No one this, no one that, no one this, no one that. To him, Trump is his number one fan, guys. That's all it is. He's his number one fan. He doesn't think about anybody else but himself, and that's the truth. You know, I mean, he just talks about himself. He talks about this. He doesn't really talk to the people. And if you look, and I'm sorry to say this, but if you look at most of his fan base, you look at most of Donald Trump, they're uneducated. I saw a video the other day about how they asked Trump supporters if he would kill someone, would they still vote for him? They said yes. There's a lot of things they don't look at Trump. You know, they just look one side. They don't look at the man is not political. The man is not into your best interest. You know, he's lied about Ukraine. He's lied about knowing Giuliani's aide, Barca. He's lied about many things. You know, so I just don't respect a person like that. You know, on a chip. So that's who I am. I would like to vote for Bernie, because Bernie has a lot of years of experience. He really does, and he'll be a great president. If not Yang, then Sanders. You know, but my vote is gonna be for Yang. But if not Yang, then I will give my vote to Sanders. The guy has a lot of experience. He's for the people, no matter what race, color you are, no matter where you're Republican or Democrat. He's been like this. He's been a socialist or whatever you want to call him. That's who he's been. So I'm happy for that. But I would like to have Yang. Military experience is good. I would like to have a little bit of that. But that's why you have your team of expertise, of your experts in for combat. And that's basically it, man. Hope you guys have a good weekend, man. And I don't think I'm going to do a live video tonight. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. I'm going to take the day off, but I will do a live tomorrow. If I don't do one today, tomorrow is definitely.